going on, guys? We're looking at another video today. I was curious to see this. I've seen many attempts, different situations to do with Jello and pools. Leave some comments below. Would you attempt this? Is this something that you would try if you had enough Jello? I personally would. So we're gonna hop straight into the video without further ado. Let me know what you guys think. Jello pool.
This is the world's first ever actual pool of Jello.
That's massive.
If you Google Jello Pool, you will either find bad CGI or a handful of videos of people who tried to do this, but it really didn't work out.
Fails.
What would it be like to actually belly flop in a pool of Jello? But before
Always
that,
wondered.
the idea of a Jello
Super
pool
curious.
has been on my bucket list for over 4 years.
4 years. Alright guys, well that's why we checked this video out. Let's see if we can somehow get ourselves involved in a Jello pool. We're never gonna do this ourselves, but...
In fact, when Kevin from the Backyard Scientists and I made the 25 million Orbeez pool, our first idea was to do a pool of Jello. But it's really hard, because if you've ever made Jello, you might recall you first have to boil water, then mix in the powder, and then you have to refrigerate it for it to actually get firm. And that's easy enough to do for a small dish, but how do you boil and then refrigerate an entire pool? This seemed like a very worthy engineering challenge. So last year at Thanksgiving, my brother and I came up with a plan, and then in the middle of winter, we started digging a hole in his backyard. Then over the course of 2 months, we set up a bunch of small-scale experiments because we needed to answer questions like how much gelatin powder does it actually take to get to the ideal firmness, and how hot and then cold does the mixture actually need to get for the Jello chemical reaction to take place so it will actually get firm. And from our experiments, we learned the Jello always got firm as long as the mixture got hotter than 160 degrees Fahrenheit. So we decided we could scale this up by using 6 55-gallon drums with a custom propane burner underneath and a spigot we welded to the sides, but more on that later. So now we knew how we were going to heat it up, but how do you refrigerate an entire pool? For that, we teamed up with Mother Nature and just picked the perfect location and time of year. Starting in January, we tracked the temperature in his backyard every night. We needed refrigerator temperatures at night, but not freezer temperatures, because that would freeze the Jello, and our experiments showed that totally ruins it. And so after looking at our data plus historical temperature plots, we knew we had about a 3-week sweet spot window towards the end of April to pull this off. Our goal was to have a Jello pool party in his backyard that would make even Phineas and Ferb jealous. So the plan was to start 7 days before the party and fill the pool with an average of 10 barrels every day. That would give each layer a chance to get exposed to the cold night air to more efficiently get rid of the heat. And so with that, first thing Saturday, a full week before the party, we got to work.
This is gonna take a hot minute. Good luck, fellas. Let's go.
We didn't want to waste actual food, so this is just water and gelatin powder and food coloring, but there's no sugar.
Water, gelatin, no sugar, food coloring. And they went with the patented red. Solid choice. What color would you choose? Go with blue, try to fake someone out. It's actually water. Go ahead, go for a dive. Go for a dive, go ahead.
We intentionally placed our barrels much higher than the pool, so when we were ready, we could use the potential energy to move the Jello from the barrels to the pool.
It's the most faith I've ever had in a Jello pool. That is the most faith I've ever had in a Jello pool.
Because the Jello went in with so much heat energy we needed to remove before it could get firm, in addition to using the cold night air, my brother's neighbor Nick happened to have a spare swamp cooler in his shop. So we kept that running over the top of the pool pretty much the whole week. This gave us convection cooling. It's the equivalent of rolling down a car window for the pool, or like when you blow on the top of a hot cup of soup. This constantly replaces the boundary layer of air right at the surface with fresh cold air that will suck out the heat more efficiently. And so as we put in the final batch Friday night with ominous weather
can you imagine it rains?
Effort, at this point, we had done all we could. We were exhausted after a week, and I wasn't feeling super confident because my specialty is more with mechanical things, and this project was more about
the glitter bombs are brutal, but they deserve it all.
People try and pass off as Jello, and so even if it didn't last long in the sun, I wanted to at least have.
That looks like it's really coming together, man. That's cool.
A single belly flop on a smooth pool of actual Jello, and so we woke up Saturday morning with with a forecast for a warm, sunny day, and we pulled off the tarp to find a pool filled with actual freaking Jello.
Yeah, let's go. That's cool, man. That's the one.
By this
Awesome.
point, word in the neighborhood
Nailed
had
it.
definitely spread around.
I
as
would
to what
smack
we were
it
up
too.
to. And
Give
my
it a
brother
nice
asked if
smack,
some of their
right?
friends' kids could have first dibs. And so with that, I'm
That is
happy to
awesome.
report
Well
this is
done,
what it looks
gentlemen.
like to belly flop in a pool of Jello.
He's gonna do it. So what do you guys think? Take a second before this kid jumps in. What would you do? Would you belly flop? Would you cannonball? Would you pencil dive? How would you go in this Jello pool? I gotta say, hands down, I'm belly flopping. All right, let's go. Oh, you wouldn't be keeping your eyes open. That's cool, man. He didn't even fall a little bit. He just fell on top. That's exactly how I picture it. But he weighs so much less than we would. Cool. The only thing you wouldn't want to do is a snow angel or a jelly angel. Cannonball. Badass. So much time and effort. There you go. You see the smiles on everyone? That's worth it. Yeah, dip your toes in. That'd be the weirdest part. Play with it with your toes. You guys ever play with Jello with your toes? No, right? Probably be the first time for many. Squish it in between your hands. Squish it in between your hands. Whoa! Sheet it up. Flipping. He's trying to swim in it. Let go. You can make it. That's too funny. It's all about the fun you have experimenting. And there's the irony of an actual cannonball. Amazing.
When you go in, it just like fills your nose and like ears. It's a very surreal feeling of just being like it's kind of hard to move, but it's just slimy and slippery. It actually feels really cool. We have some pool toys
I would leave my
hidden
hat on
underneath.
too. I got this long hair.
Got
I
it!
keep my hat on too.
Wow! It's unlike anything. I mean, it's like swimming in snot, if that makes any sense. But like the good stuff.
Ew, okay.
To keep
Well,
it
now
solid
we
for
know
even longer, if we were to
the
do it
good
again,
stuff.
we might put in a heat exchanger pipe system beneath the surface, sort of like how they freeze indoor ice skating rinks. And maybe use a little sugar.
That's disgusting.
No,
Now at this
there's
point you
no
might be
sugar
thinking,
in
why
that.
would
You
anyone
can't
spend
eat
the
that,
effort
bro.
of 6 months
You
of
can't eat
planning
that.
and then a solid week of back-breaking effort just to
Ew.
make a stupid pool of Jello?
It just
And
tastes
to
like
that I
nothing.
say,
Nothing
why did people
and
go through the effort
snot.
of climbing Mount
His words.
Everest? Why did Neil
good
Armstrong
snot.
go through the effort of stepping on the moon? And why did Pam and Jim go through the effort of convincing Dwight that Jim had always been Asian?
This is Jim.
Sometimes you don't do a thing because you should, but simply to prove that you can. Now that my curiosity was fully satiated, and in my ongoing quest to be the favorite uncle, I told my nephews they could invite some of their friends over, and my brother's family set up a neighborhood barbecue. And at
Show
this point,
has
after
its
a lot of
episodes.
hours of belly flops and bowling balls
Parkour.
and direct sunlight, the Jello was pretty
Parkour.
broken down, but that didn't stop us from setting up a Jello Pool slip and slide.
Jello pool, slip and slide. Oh, alright. See? It's using your noodle. Wow. They're acting like it's just a pool now. Wow. Wow, good for you guys. Glad you had fun. Yeah, there's the skin of the Jello. I would do the same thing. That's gross. The skin of the Jello.
Didn't actually put any sugar in here, so it's kind of disgusting. So, got some real sugar.
What is he doing back there? Looks like this guy's got a couple videos. If you want to check out more from this dude, let me know in the comments. That video, whole concept of the Jello Pool. What do you guys think? Rate it from 1 to 10 in the comments below. We have other experiments and stuff, but should we check out more from him? Let me know in the comments what you think as well. Thank you so much for spending your time. If you made it this far, I appreciate each and every one of you. You guys are incredible. Thank you so much for the support, whether it be here or on Twitch TV. Definitely feel free to visit us over there. We stream weekends. But we look forward to the next video. Consider liking the video, subscribing, sharing to your friends. Appreciate all the love. Be well for now. Keep safe. Keep hydrated. And we will see you in the next one. Take care for now.